All right, we are live. And what are we looking at? So, yesterday I was having this conversation with a friend, and I don't know, this popped up in my mind that right now, so we just heard that Mark Zuckerberg has poached four top researchers from OpenAI. And some of these people, like all of these people, they were like the top guys, and they were kind of the leading the most advanced models of OpenAI. So O3 Mini, O1, 4.0, 4.5, and basically the guys who were behind these models. And he basically, and Zuck poached them. So I'm curious, like when Zuck, who has so much money, they have unlimited money, and they are able to poach the top researchers from OpenAI, what chance does the other guys have? Like when OpenAI cannot retain their top researchers, the best of the best guys, what chance does Thinking Machines by Mira Murati and SSI by Ilya they have in this game? And Ilya already lost like two partners over there because again Zuck poached them, Daniel Gross and Nat Friedman. So let's see what does SSI and Thinking Machines stand any chance to win the LLM wars? Explain their strategy. All right, let's see. Let's see what do we have. Save superintelligence, thinking machines stand a chance to win the so-called LLM wars. Competitive race to develop leading large language models or advanced AI systems. So they evaluate the potential based on available information. Intense competition among companies like OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, Meta, XAI. Others were the most capable, safe, and commercially successful AI models. Save superintelligence. SSI was founded in June 24 by Ilya, Daniel Gross, Daniel Levy, with a mission to advance AI development towards safer superintelligence. September 24 raised $1 billion to fund and funding at a $5 billion valuation, backed by investors, A16Z, Sequoia. Singular focus on safe superintelligence. Create a straight shot SSI lab with one goal: building a safe superintelligence. Diversifying into products like chatbots or APIs, SSI avoids short-term commercial distractions to focus on long-term breakthroughs in AI safety and capability. All right, very interesting. Update: we raised $1 billion from NFDG, A16Z, Sequoia, DSG, SB Angel. See more here. Is within reach. Building safe superintelligence is the most important technical problem of our time. We have started the world's first straight shot SSI lab with one goal and one product: a safe superintelligence. It's called Safe Superintelligence Inc. SSI is our mission, our name, and our entire product roadmap, because it is our sole focus. Our team, investors, and business model are all aligned to achieve it. I'm curious, like, what happens when Daniel Gross leaves, like one of the main partners leaves the company? We approach safety and capabilities in tandem as technical problems to be solved through revolutionary engineering and scientific breakthroughs. We plan to advance capabilities as fast as possible while making sure safety always remains ahead. This way we can scale in peace. Our singular focus means no distraction by management overhead or product cycles, and our business model means safety, security, and progress are all insulated from short-term commercial pressures. We're an American company with offices in Palo Alto and Tel Aviv, where we have deep roots and the ability to recruit top technical talent. We are assembling a lean, crack team of the world's best engineers and researchers dedicated to focusing on SSI and nothing else. If that's you, we offer an opportunity to do your life's work and help solve the most important technical challenge of our age. Now is the time. Join us. Ilya, Daniel Gross, Daniel Levy. So this is definitely not updated. Technical driven approach. Recruiting top AI talent over relying solely on massive computational scales, which leverage vast compute resources. Contributing GPT models position it to innovate efficiently. Proprietary research path. Lean research focused model aiming to develop novel architecture or training models that could outperform scaling based approaches. Its Caber has suggested that pre-training scaling loss may be plateauing, indicating SSI might explore alternative paradigms, new algorithms, or efficiency-driven models. Safety is a core principle. By prioritizing safety, SSI aims to differentiate itself in a market where public and regulatory concerns about AI risks are growing. Public and regulatory concerns about AI risk are growing. This could appeal to governments, institutions, or enterprises seeking trustworthy AI systems. Trends, elite founding team. Co-inventing AlexNet, leading OpenAI's research gives SSI credibility and technical prowess. The team's experience at OpenAI equips them to avoid past pitfalls. Significant funding. For talent acquisition, compute, and research, though it's less than the tens of billions raised by OpenAI and Anthropic. Focusing on safety and superintelligence could carve out a unique market segment, especially as regulators demand safer AI systems. As a newer, smaller entity, SSI can pivot quickly compared to larger product-driven competitors. Compute disadvantage. Competitors like OpenAI and Google have access to vastly larger compute resources, which remains critical for training frontier models. Talent-driven strategy must yield significant efficiency gains to compete. Delay market relevant outputs. I think this is also interesting. Like, you can say that, yeah, like straight shot SSI lab, but without the market feedback, the continuous market feedback, it's really hard to build momentum, because you are like, oh yeah, we'll keep working hard to one day get safe super intelligence, and yeah, we are not gonna launch any products, any chatbots, or any APIs. But the problem is, you are not getting market feedback. You are not understanding. Yeah, people are not criticizing your product. You don't have the market pressures, which actually moves people, which actually aligns you in the right directions, and you don't have momentum. Because nobody's looking at you, so you kind of become irrelevant. Believe that superintelligence is near within 20 years, suggests a high stakes bet on rapid progress. May delay market relevant outputs, risking investor patience or market relevance. Market relevance, okay. Competition. Established players and tech giants have broader ecosystems, user bases, and product integration, giving them commercial advantages. Yeah, product integration, being able, like, just being cash flow positive, being able to generate revenue on your own, having product integration where people are already using your products and you can learn about how can we get there is very interesting. So Meta definitely has a lot of advantage over here. Overemphasizing safety could limit model performance or commercial viability, as some argue safety constraints hinder capabilities. Talent-driven, safety-focused, breakthrough develops a novel AI paradigm that outperforms compute-heavy models. However, winning the LLMs require either a technological leap, new architectures surpassing transformers, or capturing niche markets, safe AI for critical applications. I think it also seems like Ilya might be he might feel burned by working at a company where once it becomes like an institution, once it becomes big, the research isn't given that much importance, and a lot of importance just goes to shipping and competing and just like the market politics, the world politics. And maybe that's the reason why he would be against just someone just acquiring them. Yeah, that's interesting. Like, they didn't let Zuck acquire them. SSI 1 billion funding and elite team gives a fighting chance, but it must overcome the compute and ecosystem advantages of larger rivals. Hinges on delivering a demonstrably superior model within 3 to 5 years to maintain investor market confidence. Thinking machines. Information is sparse. No clear public record exists of a modern AI company named Thinking Machines. Whoa. Supercomputer company 1980s, 1990s. Wait, Grok couldn't find anything? Oh, these are all just like dominant players. Why AI labs are starting to look like sports team. With compute more abundant, talent is the new bottleneck in AI. Star players are signing pay packages that resemble those of professional athletes. Wow. Amazing SFI partner and Sequoia Capital David Kahn. Now by contrast, a new cohort of players have sprouted up. And I'm really surprised Grok. By the way, we need to look at this article. Tell me about thinking machines. This is, by the way, really interesting. So we will look into it. Yes. Okay. All right. Founder Meera Murati, CTO of OpenAI 2018-24, launched Thinking Machines Lab February 25. Albanian-born engineer played a pivotal role at OpenAI, leading the development of ChatGPT, DALL-E, Codex, and Sora. Key team members John Schulman, an OpenAI co-founder and co-leader of ChatGPT, who briefly joined Anthropic before moving to Thinking Machines. Okay. Very interesting. Meera Murati's new startup poaches 20 OpenAI researchers. Former chief technology officer launched an AI startup with a team of about 30 leading researchers and engineers for competitors. Wow. Birds off. Former OpenAI VP of research who left OpenAI alongside Murati. Okay. Other notable, so she was able to get some good people with her. Other notable hires include Alexander Kirillov, ex-OpenAI Meta AI, Jonathan Lachman, ex-OpenAI Special Projects lead, and researchers from Meta, Mistral, Google DeepMind, Character AI. 30 leading researchers and engineers, with roughly 2/3 from OpenAI. Public benefit corporation based in San Francisco, emphasizing mission-driven approach. Significant control, board vote exceeding all other directors combined, and founding shareholders vote weighted 100x those of regular shareholders. There's a Wikipedia page. Wow. Make AI systems more widely understood, customizable, and generally capable. Most valuable AI startups in the world. Who joined after a brief stint at the lab's competitor Anthropic. Meera Murati holds a deciding vote on board matters weighted to provide her with majority of decision-making capability. Founding shareholders possess votes weighted 100 times greater than those of regular shareholders, ensuring strong founding influence on the strategic direction of the lab. Would value the company at least 10 billion. The government of Albania was also included in this round investment, which required an amendment to the country's 2025 budget. Wow, what? Okay. Record-breaking 2 billion. Okay, so Ilya gets 1 billion from A16Z, and Thinking Machines gets 2 billion from A16Z, which, with participation from Maxwell Conviction Partners, valuing the company at 10 billion. This is the largest seed round in Crunchbase's data set, far surpassing a typical early stage financing. Biggest by a long shot. If you were to imagine the kind of startup likely to snag the largest seed round of all time, it would probably look something like Thinking Machines Lab. AI heavy hitters from Meta, OpenAI, Google, and Mistral in San Francisco certainly has a founding team that investors ought to like. Given prevailing valuations for leading AI unicorns, a $2 billion seed deal doesn't even sound that big in context. Unprecedented hugeness. Yuga Labs, they raised $450 million, 2022. Miami companies best known for Bored Ape Yacht Club. Lira Sciences picked up $200 million in March seed financing. Binance US franchise of crypto exchange Binance locked up a seed round of more than $200 million. Chestnut Carbon forestry projects secured $200 million. Aptos Lab and $200 million. Okay. How little surprise it generated. This seems largely due to status the brainchild of top OpenAI alums. OpenAI managed to secure a recent $300 billion post-money valuation, largely driven by the prowess of its team. It's reasonable to expect great things out of its early leaders in their solo ventures. Yeah, this is the thing. This is like the concept of, what do we call it? Priming? No. I forgot what it's called. But basically, the fact that if OpenAI is valued at 300 billion, they'll be like, oh, the CTO of OpenAI has moved out and launched your own company, so it has to be worth the like it has to be comparable. It cannot be like a $1 million seed round. It has to be like $2 billion. So what is it called? Priming? I forgot what it's called. But yeah, you basically once if OpenAI is valued at 3 billion, then and the CTO of OpenAI goes out and launches their own company, then it has to be worth big. Like they are getting they don't have a head start, but like they are obviously starting from zero, but they have to be valued something big because this is like they have just like their status is up there. Clearly Thinking Machines is laying out an ambitious mission. The company founded last year says it plans. Last year, I thought it was launched in Feb 25. More widely understood, customizable, and generally capable. Build multimodal systems that work with people collaboratively. Okay. Strategy. Human AI collaboration customization. Multimodal AI systems that work with people collaboratively and adapt to diverse human expertise. Goal is to make AI systems customizable to individual or organizational needs, addressing the current limitation where frontier models are rigid and controlled by top labs. This could appeal to enterprises, researchers, or creators seeking tailored AI solutions. Culture of open science by regularly publishing technical blog posts, papers, and code. While not fully open source, this approach contrasts with OpenAI's shift toward proprietary models and aims to bridge the gap. Ex-OpenAI CTO Meera Murati launches. Aims to bridge the gap between advancing AI capabilities and public scientific understanding. The company seeks to foster broader discourse and improve industry standards. Let's see. What is the blog post? Thinking Machines Lab. All right. Everyone has access to the knowledge and tools that to make AI work for their unique needs and goals. Key gaps remain. The scientific community's understanding of frontier AI systems lag behind rapidly advancing capabilities. Knowledge of how these systems are trained is concentrated within the top research labs, limiting both the public discourse on AI and people's abilities to use AI effectively. Despite the potential, these systems remain difficult for people to customize to their specific needs and values. More widely understood, customizable, and generally capable. We are scientists, engineers, and builders who have created some of the most widely used AI products. Open weights model like Mistral, as well as popular open source projects like PyTorch, OpenAI Gym, segment anything, reinforcement learning algorithms, moved all feature development of Gymnasium, a drop-in replacement for Gym, import Gymnasium as Gym, and Gym will not be receiving any feature updates. Developing and comparing reinforcement learning algorithms by providing a standard API to communicate between learning algorithms and environments, as well as standard set of environments compliant with that API. Gymnasium. Single agent reinforcement learning environments with popular reference environments and related utilities. Reinforcement learning algorithms. Okay. Science is better when shared. AI that works for everyone. Solid foundations matter. Learning by doing. Founding team. Meera, CEO. CTO, Barrett. Wow, this is crazy. Former leader serving operating systems and meta expert in Linux kernel networking containerization. Wow. Alexander Kirillov, co-creator Advanced Voice Model OpenAI segment anything model at Meta. Previously multimodal post-training lead at PyTorch, Llama. Previously OpenAI Meta. VP of Research. I'm really surprised, like, what are the strengths of Meera Murati versus Ilya? As a leader, like, funding strategy. Okay, I think website would be better to read. But this is crazy. Wow. OpenAI, Google Gemini, Mistral AI, formerly infrastructure engineer, OpenAI, focus supercomputer. Wow. Their founding team member, head of multimodal research, Mistral, Mixtral, PyTorch, compilers at Meta, OpenAI, Netflix, Stripe, 4O Mini at OpenAI, creation of ChatGPT and deep generative models at DeepMind. Help ship and scale the first versions of ChatGPT and OpenAI, Joel Parrish. Security. Wow. John Schulman, pioneer of deep reinforcement learning and creator of PPO, co-founder of OpenAI. Co-led ChatGPT and OpenAI post-training team. Special projects OpenAI White House National Security Budget Director. What? Joshua Cross. A lot of people from OpenAI and Meta. We're building AI systems that push technical boundaries while delivering real value to as many people as possible. Our team combines rigorous engineering with creative exploration, and we are looking for collaborators to help shape this mission. We are pausing accepting any applications currently. Please check back later and follow us on X at Thinky Machines. Do we follow Thinking Machines now? Thinking Machines ICLR Happy R 14th April. No other update. Wow. Yifu Wang. Okay, so it seems also like maybe OpenAI also hired a lot of people from Meta, learning by doing, research and product co-design. Yeah, it seems like they also just hired too many people from Meta. So Meta is kind of like getting them back. Research and product co-design products enable iterative learning through deployment, while great products and research strengthen each other. Products keep us grounded in reality and guide us to solve the most impactful problems. Empirical and iterative approach to AI safety. The most effective safety measures come from a combination of proactive research and careful real-world testing. We plan to contribute to AI safety by maintaining a high safety bar, preventing misuse of our release models while maximizing users' freedom. Most effective safety measures come from combination of proactive research and careful real-world testing. We plan to contribute to AI safety by maintaining a high safety bar, preventing misuse of related release models while maximizing users' freedom. Sharing best practices and recipes for how to build safe AI systems with the industry, and accelerating external research on alignment by sharing code, data sets, and model specs. We believe that methods developed for present-day systems, such as effective red teaming and post-deployment monitoring, provide valuable insights that will extend to future more capable systems. Accelerating external research on alignment by sharing code, data sets, and model specs. Effective red teaming and post-deployment monitoring. Measure what truly matters. We'll focus on understanding how our systems create genuine value in the real world. The most important breakthroughs often come from rethinking our objectives, not just optimizing existing metrics. We'll focus on understanding how our systems create genuine value in the world. The most important breakthroughs often come from rethinking our objective, not just optimizing existing metrics. Research and product co-design. Products enable iterative learning through deployment, while great products and research strengthen each other. Products keep us grounded in reality and guide us to solve the most impactful problems. Wow, this is so interesting. They both have different strategy. Like SSI is like, okay, we don't want to get involved into the product. We will just like straight shot SSI will come to you when superintelligence is ready. And Mira Murati's like, no, no, no. We think that by launching like products keep us grounded in reality. By launching products, we know what the market. It seems like this strategy seems to be better. So this is very interesting. This is very interesting. Hmm. Hmm. This also kind of shows like the difference in the roles they both were playing. Like Ilya is more like a researcher. He was building the research products. He was advancing the research, and he's like, I just want to keep doing that. I just want to keep advancing. And Meera Murati is the CTO, so she's like more operational, and she's like, yeah, like I'm gonna hire the best researchers, but we are gonna make sure that we launch the products. We are grounded in reality. We know we'll get market feedback. We'll constantly keep sharing our research, align and get alignment with everybody. That's so interesting. Solid foundations matter. Model intelligence as the cornerstone. In addition to our emphasis on human AI collaboration customization, model intelligence is crucial, and we are building models at the frontier of capabilities in domains like science and programming. Ultimately, the most advanced models will unlock the most transformative applications and benefits, such as enabling novel scientific discoveries and engineering breakthroughs. Infrastructure quality as a top priority. Infrastructure quality as the top priority. Infrastructure quality as a top priority. Research productivity is paramount and heavily depends on the reliability, efficiency, and ease of use of infrastructure. We aim to build things correctly for the long haul to maximize both productivity and security rather than taking shortcuts. Advanced multimodal capabilities. We see multimodality as critical to enabling more natural and efficient communication, preserving more information, better capturing intent, and supporting deeper integration into real world environments. AI that works for everyone. Emphasis on human AI collaboration instead of focusing solely on making fully autonomous AI systems. We're excited to build multimodal systems that work with people collaboratively. More flexible, adaptable, and personalized AI systems. We see enormous potential for AI to help in every field of work. While current systems excel at programming mathematics, we are building AI that can adapt to the full spectrum of human expertise and enable a broader spectrum of applications. We see enormous potential for AI to help in every field of work. While current systems excel at programming and mathematics, we are building AI that can adapt to the full spectrum of human expertise and enable a broader spectrum of applications. Science is better when shared. Scientific progress is a collective effort. We believe that we will most effectively advance humanity's understanding of AI by collaborating with a wider community of researchers and builders. We plan to frequently publish technical blog posts, papers, and code. We think sharing our work will not only benefit the public but also improve our own research culture. Very interesting approaches, two totally different approaches. No distraction by management overhead. Product cycles and business model means safety, security, and progress, all insulated from short-term commercial pressures. Open science transparency, human AI collaboration. Building frontier models with efficiency, AI safety as a core tenet. Elite team. Yeah, the team is definitely elite. Shulman and Zhao's contribution to ChatGPT and their foundational AI technologies ensure deep expertise. The ability to poach 20 open AI researchers plus channel from Mr. Allen character demonstrates strong leadership and appeal to top talent. Massive funding. Approaching Anthropic's early funding. Differentiated focus. Customization sets apart from competitors chasing autonomous AI or general purpose chatbots. Frontier models are rigid and controlled by top labs. This could appeal to enterprises, researchers, or creators seeking tailored AI solutions. positions itself favorably in a regulatory environment, on increasingly focused on AI risks. This could attract partnerships with governments or enterprises, agility, and fresh perspective. OpenAI's code quality, lack of open sourcing, and slow multimodal releases suggest a leaner, more principled approach. It comes out of stealth. Hopefully, another open source player is joining the game. Following grievance, nothing was. Nothing was open source. Research was hardly shared. They did not release multimodality quick enough. Code quality was bad. No frameworks for model development. It's been said multiple times from OAI insiders that most code is just cobbled together. Too little real world testing and too restricted models. Sounds like poorly thought artilism that they will somehow have enough funding to play at the frontier and also open source their work. Anthropic team was also an OpenAI offshoot, and they also said they weren't going to be a clone of OpenAI. Here we are. A lot of hot air. What have they released? I generally think it's too late for startups, even Elias. Everyone wants to be billionaire. Compute disadvantage. Lacks the computational scale. Right. Crowded market. Product ambiguity. Raising questions about its ability to deliver tangible results quickly. Investor patience may wane if progress is slow. Competitors keep models close. Balancing transparency with commercial viability is a delicate act. High-profile exit from OpenAI creates intense pressure to deliver groundbreaking results. Failure to meet expectations could erode investor and public confidence. Prospects. Chance of winning. It could disrupt the field. Marathi's belief in the DeepSeek era suggests potential to challenge scaling-based giants. Niche dominance. Company could capture high-value markets like enterprise solutions, scientific research, regulated industries where customization and transparency are prized. Broader impact. Likelihood of success, moderate to high. Credible shot, $2 billion war chest. Key risk. Product time and intense competition pose significant risk. Competitive edge. Alright, let's see. Proven leadership in product development, multimodal AI expertise, team building and talent interaction, fundraising, investor confidence, public advocacy, communication, practical and user-centric vision, deep technical expertise, visionary focus on superintelligence, research, leadership and mentorship, strategic agility, funding success, safety-centric innovation, strong and multimodal AI product integration, elite and deep learning neural architecture, product-oriented, collaborative, public-facing, research-driven, visionary, introspective, exceptional 30+ top hires, strong at accelerate researchers, smaller scale, record-breaking, practical, user-centric, collaborative, AI, long-term, safe superintelligence, public presence, high, lower, safety focus, integral, core mission, market orientation, broad, customizable applications, niche, theoretical breakthrough. Sphere development and deployment of transformative products, ChatGPT, DALI, Codex, Sora. Strong product-oriented mindset. Should be reserved as interim CEO, multimodal AI expertise. integrating text, image, and potentially audio capabilities. This experience positions her to build versatile collaborative AI systems, key differentiator, designing practical user-focused AI for diverse applications. Assemble top team, secure record-breaking $2 billion seed round, rally investors, persuasive vision, high-profile exit, amplify her ability to generate buzz and resources, articulating AI societal impact, advocating for responsible development, safety. Her public talks demonstrate communication skills that enhance her startup's visibility, alignment. Open science reflects a strategic vision. Salzgiver, breakthrough in deep learning, contributing to OpenAI's foundational models. Role as OpenAI's chief scientist until 24, involved driving cutting-edge research. Positions him to innovate at SSI, potentially developing novel paradigms that bypass compute-heavy scaling laws. Singular focus on safe superintelligence reflects a bold long-term vision, achievable within 20 years, and drives a high-risk, high-reward strategy that could redefine AI if successful. Growing regulatory and ethical demands. He mentored a generation of researchers shaping the field through his technical rigor. Lead research teams gives SSI a strong foundation for breakthrough discoveries. Genius researcher attracts top talent to SSI despite its smaller $1 billion funding compared to thinking machines. Pivot quickly, unburdened by commercial pressures facing larger organizations. Avoid short-term products in favor of superintelligence, reflects strategic discipline. Resilience decision-making under pressure. Okay, interesting. Let's look at this article now. Why AI labs are starting to look like sports team. With computer more abundant, talent is the new bottleneck in AI. Star players are signing pay packages that resemble those of professional athletes. Alright, let's post this. Why not? Alright, well, first post on Farcaster. Okay. And alright. Wrote extensively about AI last summer, starting with AI 600 billion question, the game theory of AI capex. AI is shovel ready, steel, servers, and power, and ending with AI supply chain tug of war. Reflecting 1 year later, it's interesting how little has changed. AI 600 billion question is now roughly AI's 840 billion question, assuming that NVIDIA reaches something like 210 billion in run rate data center revenue by year end 2025. OpenAI remains the lion's share of AI's overall revenue, crossing 10 billion recently according to Routers. Total revenue in the AI ecosystem still pales in comparison to dollars that have been put into the ground. If anything, my estimates last year on how much revenue the big tech companies were making on AI were probably too high. There have been 3 major improvements in AI over the last year. First, coding AI has really taken off. A year ago, the demos of these products were mind-blowing, and today, the coding AI space is generating something like 3 billion in run rate revenue. The second change is that reasoning has found product market fit, and the AI ecosystem has gotten excited about a second scaling law around inference time compute. By repeatedly querying these models and by using reinforcement learning, we can get better, more robust results. And finally, there seems to be a smile curve around ChatGPT usage, where this new Alright. And finally, there seems to be a small curve on ChatGPT usage, where this new behavior is really getting ingrained into day-to-day life. The app layer ecosystem for AI has continued to improve, leveraging cheap compute and integrated workflows to build durable businesses. More abundant compute has been good for the startup ecosystem, and companies like Harvey, Sierra, Embridge, Smarter, DX, Perplexity, Open Evidence, Clay, Sesame, and many others have made great strides around packaging this capability for their customers. More abundant compute has been good for startup ecosystem and companies like, okay, our ambition 1 year ago was to back as many of these companies as possible, and that continues to be our ambition today. There is one dynamic, however, that has really changed since last year. A year ago, everyone was talking about cluster size and pre-training scaling, and now that seems to have quietly disappeared from the public dialogue. Perhaps this is because new clusters are taking longer to get online, or because, as Ilya said in December, pre-training, as we know it, will end. By the same token, 1 year ago, we were seeing consolidation in research labs because of the daunting cost of building foundation model lab. Microsoft, OpenAI, Amazon, Anthropic. Microsoft, OpenAI, Amazon, Anthropic, Google, Meta, and XAI emerged as 5 finalists in the AI race as others folded because these companies had reached GPT-4 level models and had sufficient capital to continue scaling. Now, by contrast, a new cohort of players has sprouted up, including SSI, Thinking Machines, DeepSeek, who claim talent, not raw compute scale as the primary differentiators. The narrative was around pre-training compute requirements driving consolidation. Today, the narrative is all about talent advantages being critical in a world of increasing compute abundance. This is especially true for Google and Meta. Google is under siege from a product positioning perspective and is doing everything in their power to reverse this dynamic. Meta's bold decision to acquire 400% stake in Scale and bring in CEO Alex Wang to lead their new founder mode AI lab is an even more clear move in this direction. The message of 25 is that large-scale clusters alone are insufficient. Everyone understands that new breakthroughs will be required to jump to the next level in the AI race, whether in reinforcement learning or elsewhere. And talent is the unlock to finding them. With their obsessive focus on talent, the AI labs are increasingly looking like sports team. They are each backed by a mega-rich tech company or individual star players can command pay packages in the tens of millions, hundreds of millions, or for the most outlier talents, seemingly even billions of dollars. Unlike sports teams, where players often have long-term contracts, AI employment agreements are short-term and liquid, which means anyone can be poached at any time. One irony of this is that while the notion of AI race dynamics was originally popularized by the AI safety community as a boogeyman to avoid, this is exactly what has been wrought across two distinct domains: first compute and now talent. I think this is a function of human nature. When have humans ever seen something wonderful and then said, now we have enough, it's time to cool off? It is an intrinsic property of humanity that once critical thresholds are passed, we take things all the way to the extreme. We cannot hold ourselves back, and when the prize is as big as the perceived AI prize, then any bottleneck that gets in the way of success, especially an illiquid bottleneck like talent, will be pushed to staggering levels. And yet, even amidst the fierce competition, the broader AI ecosystem also feels calmer today than at any point in the last 3 years. That's because for most people, the race itself is now a constant, and the market structure feels stable. People are getting comfortable with the status quo. The unstable competitive equilibrium is itself stable for now. The unstable competitive equilibrium is itself stable for now. Developing strong foundations to build more capability. Systems fostering a culture of open science that helps. These are very generic terms. Albania to finance Myanmar's OpenAI with $10 million. Economic benefits and helps raise the country's global tech profile. Albanian American former CTO led ChatGPT development launched her AI startup to rival OpenAI. See if there's any update. Over here now, but I'm thinking machines. Thinking machines. Previously CTO at OpenAI. Previously advanced voice mode at OpenAI. Wow. Wow. OpenAI is nothing without its people. If you would like to be part of a team making huge ambitious bets on multimodality, among other things, and work with Rubin if you're hiring. It's like one of those things where people say, like, there are some events where you exactly know where you were. And I exactly remember where I was. I was in Istanbul, Turkey, and I was in I believe I had just woke up and I saw my Twitter and I'm like, what is happening? And I called my buddy and I'm like, bro, what is happening? And I remember looking at all these tweets, open as nothing without its people. Oh, that was crazy. I made the difficult decision to leave OpenAI. My 6.5 years with OpenAI has been an extraordinary privilege. While I will express my gratitude to many individuals in the coming days, I want to start by thanking Sam and Greg for the trust in me, to lead the technical organization for the support throughout the years. There's never an ideal time to step away from a place one cherishes. Yet this moment feels right. Our recent releases of Speech to Speech and OpenAI O1 mark the beginning of a new interaction intelligence achievements made possible by your ingenuity and craftsmanship. We didn't merely build smarter models, we fundamentally changed how AI systems learn and reason through complex problems. We brought safety research from the theoretical realm into practical applications, creating models that are more robust, aligned, and steerable than ever before. Our work has made cutting-edge AI research intuitive and accessible, developing technology that adapts and evolves based on everyone's input. This success is a testament to our outstanding teamwork, and it is because of your brilliance, your dedication, and commitment that OpenAI stands at the pinnacle of AI innovation. I'm stepping away because I want to create the time and space to do my own exploration. For now, my primary focus is doing everything in my power to ensure a smooth transition, maintaining the momentum we have built. Forever be grateful for this opportunity to build and work alongside this remarkable team. Together, we have pushed the boundaries of scientific understanding in our quest to improve human well-being. I may no longer be in the trenches with you. I'll be still rooting for you all with deep gratitude for the friendships forged, the triumphs achieved, and most importantly, the challenges overcome together. Mira. I just wonder how many people would be like, hey, we got big work to do. So, OpenAI, give me one line summary. And it's like, hey, Mira's leaving. It's hard to overstate how much Mira has meant to OpenAI mission to us personally. I feel tremendous gratitude toward her for what she has helped us build and accomplish. But Matic robot saving life, honestly, brave gal. But I most of all feel personal gratitude toward her for the support and love during all the hard times. I'm excited for what she will do next. We'll see more about the transition plan soon, but for now I want to take a moment to just feel thanks. What is happening? Okay. And now look at Rubin. Okay. So he basically launched. Hey, how's it going? Hey there, it's going great. It's been even more fun to play with. Moments of magic where things feel totally fluid. I forget I'm video chatting with AI. Seamless interaction. A research project dedicated to modeling interpersonal dynamics. The project features a family of audiovisual behavior. AI Meta. AI Meta. Okay. The project features a family of audiovisual behavioral models developed in collaboration with Meta's codec avatar lab plus Korea lab that renders speech between two individuals into diverse, expressive, full body gestures and active listening behaviors, allowing the creation of fully embodied avatars in 2D and 3D. The best and perhaps only way to speak to a human at Xfinity over phone is to say you are canceling a service. Everything else is an automated system. That said, I learned the trick from Mo3, so I guess. Da-da-da-da-da. Be cautious of people offering investments returns that are unreasonably high. Don't fall for investment scams. Find gold. I want to see what Rubin has written about things. I have a blog that I sometimes update. Let's see if we got anything. Oh no. At the end of my job search, I did something I totally wasn't expecting. I turned down all my academic job offers and signed the OpenAI offer instead. CS Academic Industry Job Markets. How to win the NSF Fellowship. My summer 22. I'm writing about it here, inspired by my friend Max's Shroud blog. It took me a while to edit this. In the meantime, I have been reflecting on some of these themes: urban infrastructure, history, culture, art. Showing is better than telling. Wow. Berlin Wall. Mini golf. Vegan food. Amsterdam. Not just bikes. Whoa. Surinamese food. Amsterdam's boss. Split, Croatia. Old Town. Oh, these are beautiful places. Farmers Market. Getting out. Bosnia Herzegovina. Yes. Conflict. Food and culture. Olympic history. Wow. To Belgrade, to Republica. Wow, these are names you cannot even pronounce. This looks beautiful. Wow. Then after Seattle and San Francisco, where I began my job, I'm still here. There's a lot to reflect on, though I'm not sure what to say right now, except for the above. Besides, showing is better than telling. Still, though, I should probably try to upload these things in more manageable increments. Maybe in a couple of years, AI will take care of all the photo and video editing for me. Maybe sooner. It feels as much a question about raw multimodal intelligence as it is about getting the interface right. In the meantime, though, expect delays and hopefully some more manageable trial posts where I get around to editing and writing them. All opinions, those of Rowan. Okay, very interesting. Very interesting. Let's go back over here. And what are we curious about? Should we end over here? Who is winning the LLM wars? Let's see what Grok has to say. Grok might just say we are winning it. 3.5. Okay. Whoa. Where's XAI? OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, Meta, emerging players, DeepSeek, Mistral. Key contenders, they're standing. Google is gaining ground as a leader. Multimodal capabilities make it worse on competitive pricing, accessibility via Google AI Studio further bolster its position. Why they're winning. Embed AI across its products give it a broad reach. Multimodal tasks align with enterprise and developer needs. Proprietary nature erased. Earliest stumbles, boards, botched. 23 launch suggests execution risk. I think somebody talked about this that Google Gemini is now really good, but the problem is that people still have the memory of when it was really bad. And I think that just that one what do we call it? That one first impression is has taken over the way people look at Google today. Even though it's way better. OpenAI remains a household name, driving massive adoption, 75 million visitors in February 25. Excels in multimodal tasks. O3 leads in advanced reasoning. Scoring regular updates and tools positioning as a leader. First more advantage user base, Microsoft's 10 billion backing create a strong moat. High cost limited API access to disappointed users and scaling backlash suggests efficiency concerns. OpenAI has proprietary approach limits transparency. Anthropic performance speed and cost excelling in enterprise chat and coding. 200k token context window and extended thinking mode. Enhanced reasoning and reliability. Resonates with regulated industries. Why they're winning. Safety and enterprise focus give Anthropic a niche edge. Claude's conversational coherence and coding prowess make it a developer favorite. What is this, Replit? No. Podpress. Meta. Open weight multimodal boasts 10 million context window. Scout variant. Appealing to businesses and needing flexible deployment. Llama Force performance rivals. Proprietary models and coding and multilingual tasks. Controversial release timing and Llama Arena ranking issues hurt credibility. Open weight models face monetization challenges against proprietary competitors. DeepSeek R1 Jan 25. Fraction of cost. Efficiency, open nature have shocked the community, gaining 5% usage share. Excels in math, science, and coding, leveraging a sparse mixture of experts. Architecture. Alibaba is here. Okay. Compute resources in China's AI investment drive rapid progress. Quen's math and coding strengths target technical applications. Mistral. Efficiency and open source commitment makes a developer favorite, especially in Europe, and focus on low latency edge compatible models suits embedded applications. Thinking Labs, massive funding, top talent, user-centric vision. Yeah, this is crazy. Like top talent, it is crazy. It is crazy. Like it's really hard to hire, not only hire, but also retain talent. And the fact that the top people are choosing to stay at, some of the top people are choosing to stay at thinking machines means like something's going to happen. Something's going to happen over here. Massive funding, compute constraints in a crowded market, demand rapid execution, lack of skill compared to Google OpenAI as a hurdle. No clear winner, but Google and OpenAI lead. Meta for open weight flexibility. Mistral and Alibaba lack the ecosystem scale of top players. Edge is front-runner to Gemini 2.5 Pro's benchmark performance, cost competitive pricing, and ecosystem integration. 1 to 2 million token context window and multimodal capabilities make it ideal for enterprise and developer use. Favored by Polymarket odds for best. Wow. Why is Google suddenly leading the LLM race? In part, it's thanks to stumbles by OpenAI and Meta. This was written in, oh, this was written in 21st April. Okay. Llama 4 herd gets off on the wrong hoof. If the decision to release a major model on a weekend strikes you as odd, you are not alone. The timing caught everyone off guard, partially buried the announcement in the following week's news cycle. Meta's new open weight LLM does have its strengths. Llama 4 is multimodal, which means it can handle images, audio, and other modalities. Comes in 3 flavors: Behemoth, Maverick, Scout. Huge context window, 10 million tokens. Tokens are the small units of text that LLMs process and generate, and the context window is the number of tokens a model can process at once. A larger context window helps the model remember and work with larger amounts of text in a single session. Most models have a context window of 1 million tokens or less. But reception took a turn for the worse when critics noticed Meta's sly approach to ranking based on user votes. They deviated from the norm of a more systematic release where they have all their ducks in a row. This seems like they wanted to reassure people they have a new model, even if they don't have all the components like a reasoning model and smaller versions. Forced to retreat as competitors struggle, Google ascends. And what was OpenAI thing? Wind down GPT 4.5 access via the API. Will be available but only to ChatGPT users through the ChatGPT interface. More economical model price at $8 per million tokens. 4.1 isn't quite as capable as GPT 4.5 overall, though it does perform better in some coding benchmarks. Okay, really cool. All right. That's a stream. Thank you.